What's up, fuckers? Welcome. We're doing the deck list for week 46 of the RDC tournament. Order is going to go third, second, and first.
Well, I was playing Sky Striker because it's still good. A lot of Sky Striker decks pretty much play it the same way at the moment. I think they're all bad. So I decided not to play it that way. So I've only got 3 Ray and 2 Rose.
Okay.
I've seen people play 1 Rose. I've seen people play 3 Roses. This is correct. 2 Rose. Like, you kind of don't really want to, this to be your constant starter. You really want Ray. So 2 Ray I think is best. And then we've got the 3 ways to search it. So we've got Engage. We've got Hornet Drones as another starter and Rotor. And then Sky Striker spells. We have 3 Widow Anchor, the one multi-roll, the one Shark Cannon, 1 Area Zero, 1 Afterburners. And I think that's like the good ratio. Then other spells, we have 2-Pot Prosperity. This card's great. Every time I draw this card, it's like goated. And then like one of the other reasons why I think other Sky Striker lists are sort of like fading right now is they're all relying on Mystic Mine, which does like nothing in this format into the tier 1 decks. So instead of that, I'm playing 3 Raigeki, and I'm also playing 3 Evenly, because I like to break boards. I like to break boards and then kill. And that also goes with my hand traps, which is 3 Nib, 3 Ash, 3 Veiler, and 3 Emperor. Like, you want to open one of these 3 with this against Sprite, because you just do this, one of these on the Gigantic Sprite, and then you nib them. And then the last 5 cards is Dasher, Celestial, the 2 Bricks, and 3 Fusion Destiny, because this card is still good. I've been thinking about experimenting with changing these 5 into Therion cards, because they don't brick, and they're better going into tier, but this is still really good, because it just gets you so much plussing on the return play. DP just keeps coming back. It's not great going into Bestial, but, what can you do? So that's the main. I think it works really well. Raigeki is actually goated. Like, that card is, like, especially today, just wins me so many games. Like, unlike Lightning Storm, like, you just activate it whenever, which is just great. And it's just no restriction, and it's not once per turn. So that was the main. Then we got the extra, which is pretty standard. A little bit. It's 3 Kagari. I've gone for only 2 Shiz and 2 Hayate. I'm not trying to kill Mystic Mine, so I don't need this. And I needed space, so I had to cut a Shiz. The one Kaina. And then, focus. Yeah, and then the one Zeke. Pretty standard ratios. And then I'm playing 1 Dark, and it was playing Liner, and I've now changed it to Heater. Focus. Yeah, I've now changed it to Heater because this is better going into Sprite, because you can steal Red or Carrot, but you can also steal the Sprite Elf or the Sprite Sprint, which is nice for then going up into Access Code. I don't play any Link 3, so I can only ever really get it to 43 unless I steal a Link 3 from my opponent. And then this is a sort of flex spot card, but it literally comes up all the time. And people never expect you to summon this in Striker, and it literally wins me so many matchups that, like, normally you just lose in Striker, which is Underworld Goddess. It's just great card. Strike people like always ask me, how do you make this in Striker? Like, it's so incredibly easy with these 2. Like, it's just great. Then last 2 cards are 1 TPE and 1 Garura, because we signed a very funny spell card.
Very beautiful, very beautiful.
I didn't do the side.
Very beautiful so far.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, and then the side.
The Underworld Goddess is spicy, by the way.
It is very nice, isn't it? It honestly, that comes up so many times. I was in a tournament the other day, and someone was playing this Lyrillist player, and he made this like the big Lyrillist with attacks like loads. Couldn't target it. I couldn't destroy it. Couldn't but drop a battle. And he was like, you're never getting over this. Like, and I just made Underworld Goddess, and his face just like fucking dropped. It was so good. 3 draw, because we do not like flu, and we do not like big combo decks, and there's something else that's killed, and I can't remember what it is. But yeah, this is pretty good, or especially against that new Draco Slayer deck. And then we got the Tank, Mind Control, Change of Heart. These 2 are really good going against Sprite. Not Sprite, against Tier, because you basically, like, if I've got Raigeki and I've got one of these, I can, like, steal the problematic card that would come back, and then I just Raigeki the board.
Have you ever thought
But
about
also,
doing
it's just
Fenrir over the Pank?
I haven't tested it yet, but I just really like Pank because this is my anti-spell out. Or one of them. Then my other, I've got 3 super poly. This comes up. It's quite useful in matchups with very like hard to
It's your
like
element.
no, this is awful against the element. Do not side this in against the
What?
element. You just make them plus. Like if you want to side in anything, you side in this. You do not want to side this in against the element. You just make them go more plus.
I
This
get
is
it.
awful versus the element. Like my only super technically I have 2 super body targets because I once sided this in for a hero player and I used their stuff to make DPE.
That's fucking hilarious.
Um, but yeah, Grow River is pretty good. And then my last ones are 3 Cyclone because anti-spell, but also like just great in general. Then at the moment I'm trying 3 Tikaboo. This was DDG. Then it was one point it was Deep Barrier. But now I'm trying out Tikaboo because it's really good against really good against flu. It's pretty decent against Sprite. And you can stun T element if you sided this in, but I wouldn't side this in for T element. But there's more like but this is really, really good for Dragonlink. Dragonlink is going to be pretty big right now, and this will just like this really stops Dragonlink from going off.
I
So yeah,
wonder
that's the deck.
why.
Yeah, I wonder. But yeah, that's the deck.
Alrighty, and we couldn't get the second place player here, so we are taking the fourth place player, and we're gonna put him as the second place player for now.
But it ain't won me some games today. I got to play against a Gravekeeper Albaz, which was the weirdest fucking thing. All right, we got a Marincess Pierre. So we're just gonna go off with where are you? Because I did not set this up correctly, but start off with the normal 3 Seahorse because she's great. She's a 1 card starter by herself. She can get you into at least Bubble Reef if they Ash Sea Angel. And then we're gonna go with the 3 Spring Girl because she's great, especially if you get Nibiru. Without a doubt, with Kirby. Yep, Spring Girl's always good for comboing and continuing the play, especially if they try to affect Veiler or at least what is it, Gamma. And then we'll go with the Pascalius. We got 2 of the Pascalius because we do not like seeing 3 of her. She's the only Marincess that is not that good by herself. So that's why we have 2, because her graveyard effect is pretty boss, especially since a lot of people don't like to read card text. They send it to the grave, and then, all right, next turn I have follow-up play if I have either Wave or Dive or Battle Ocean in graveyard. And we're going with the main one. We got Blue Tang. She is probably the best 1 card starter in this whole deck. Oh, just by herself, she's able to at least get you a Wave. And if you're lucky, if you open up any other Marincess with her, 9 times out of 10, you can go into Toad, have Wave, and Argonaut. Not sure if you can have Argonaut affected, but that's entirely up to the rest of the hand. And then we got Sleepy Maiden. She's always good because she can Spectral Summon. And you send her to grave, and for some reason you can't get to your Battle Ocean, you can still activate her effect in grave to make your Argonaut live for the spell trap negate on their turn. And where's the last one? Yep, it will be Mandarin. Now, Mandarin is to me is like very key for this deck, especially because there's just those times that you can't get to any other Marincess monster, but you're able to send out Blue Tang, and you just send out Mandarin, and it'll just complete the play by itself. For instance, if you want to special summon her off of an enemy, or if you want to use Argonaut effects, special summon her from either the hand or the grave, and then use Argonaut bouncing her and whatever other card on your opponent's field. It's something they don't expect. Or if you have Bubble Reef, you banish her. She gets banished when she activates her effect. So that's perfect. And now we will go into the other. We have the one battle. Actually, we have 2. Because I was facing a lot of Cosmic Cyclones recently, so I decided to run another Battle Ocean. It's definitely a key card for this deck. It's the most important for me, especially for this. We go with 2 dive. I've seen people run 3, but for me, I just opening up one of them is more than enough. I would hate to open up 2 in one hand where I don't have a way to get rid of the other dive in my hand that I can either use it for a sign it or yeah, I think sign is the only thing I can out dive with. And I think that is it for the entire Marincess names. Oh, and Wave, one of the best trap cards if that I've seen at least that you can activate from your hand, especially while having a link 3 or higher, is ridiculous. A lot of people don't know about it, but the people that do obviously expect it. But it's insane. I have what's up? Yeah. So I did realize that I was gonna play against Gemclone, and I know he was running Earth Machine, so I specifically put in Droll to stop that goddamn Earth Machine combos. And then we have where are you? The 3 Ash Blossoms. Is generic hand trap, and I think my favorite hand trap in this deck right now is Ghost Bell. So I run 3 of those, especially because there's a lot of things that Ghost Bell can do that not a lot of people know of. Like it stops the I think it's Lubellion fusion. It stops Tears if they don't chain block. Like Ghost Bell is really just underrated. We have 1, 2, and yeah, 3 effect veilers for your normal negations. Where are you? And the last 2 hand traps that I have are Ghost Ogre. These are mostly just for field spells. I've come against Runic Sprite. Used it today when on Necro Valley. And whatever monster effect that I know, or if it's in the graveyard, it's not necessarily going to matter to me. I'd rather just get it off the field, kind of thing. All right, and we move these guys up here. That way we can make some space for the rest of the deck. Your normal 3 Signet Mining for whenever you don't see anything, you open up at least one of these, you can go straight into Blue Tang. Like I said, she's the best 1-card starter in this deck.
Another thing that Ghost Ogre is really good for is map and Primeval Planet. It's really good against those.
It's definitely that's why I would like to run 3, but at the same time I'm like, no, I'm not gonna come against either those field spell or those monsters like
all the time.
Against Sealerman, against Sealerman I usually side that out for either Dimensional Barrier or Shadow Imprisoning Mirror.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Let me see. So we have 3 Dark Ruler, I believe. Yeah. 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, 3 Dark Rulers to break those annoying boards that we can't especially when we're going second. Let's say they have Empen on the field or the barrier statue. I don't give a shit. Usually I just run the Dark Ruler over and try to combo off if I can. And then we have our 2 extenders, Silent Sea Nettles. Now I really do like Sea Nettles because they're level 4, so you can go into Abyss Dweller, Stealth Dragon, Bahamut Shark, and also they help you extend your play regardless at the cost of nothing. And if they get sent to the graveyard as well, if you have for whatever reason a lot of your link monsters in your graveyard, you just use this effect and return them to the extra deck. So 2 of those, and then I don't know I think I cited in these cards. So this is Sonic Crossbite. This was supposed to be just in case, because I did face what did I face yesterday? Yeah, I faced Flunderies yesterday, so I put 1 in just in general because they like to Book of Moon on normal summon, so I chain that at least. 1 Cosmic and 1 Harpy's Feather Duster for the backward removal as well. So that is my main deck. I will get to the extra deck now. Move these guys out of the way.
Overall, I think it's a very fair assumption for a Marincess deck. Marincess does take up a lot of space, but it also gives you a ton of space for your hand traps and your board breakers. Exactly. Which means if you can play them, you should play them, I guess.
Yeah, for sure. And I haven't my imperms are in the mail right now, so.
And Dive is still a card. Dive is just great. It's full combo.
Dive, Wave, the deck itself is really good. Bar the only issue is that it runs links. It's either you link or that's it. And
True, but
that's the
also
only
it can
thing you
play
don't.
around people trying to play the D barrier for fusion decks that are running around the format
Oh
right
yeah,
now.
without a doubt.
Yeah, it's really good in that regard.
All right, so here we'll go with the side deck. We have one and two blue slug. General 1 level 4 Marincess starts this, and then it adds a card back from the grave, which is pretty solid. And we have the 1 and the 2 Sea Angel. Now with Zelantis coming in, I have seen people cut 1 Sea Angel down, but in all the times that I've been playing Marincess, 2 Sea Angel has saved me more often than not. Because if I don't chain block the first one and it gets ashed, well, now I have to return it to the extra deck to even get its effect again. And that is the biggest issue for me. So right now I'm running 2, and when Zelantis comes in, I'm probably going to switch something else out. Probably the best card in the extra deck, Anemone. Because by herself, it's just summoning her, you can go into almost anything. And if her effect does not get negated, she when she's sent from field, she gets you bringing back Marincess, and she special summons one. And it can be almost most of the Marincess monsters are under 1500 attack, and it doesn't even have to be a Marincess monster. It's just one water monster as well. So that's pretty solid. And we'll go next. We got Crystal Heart. Now this one, I know that a lot of people probably reading up on it. Her effect with Battle Ocean, making your monsters unaffected, is great. Now, what a lot of people don't know is like it doesn't have to be a Marincess monster. It just has to be a monster in the extra monster zone. So just using this with any link, or let's say for some reason you wanted to go, for whatever reason, if you went into access code, you can make access code unaffected as long as it's in the extra monster zone. And her by herself, she's the anti Nibiru, because when she's summoned to the extra monster zone, regardless of whether Battle Ocean is on the field or not, she's unaffected by monster effects. So that's a pretty great effect. Next, we'll go with Marbled Rock. Now she's more of like the backbone Marincess, because usually people go for Coral Triangle. You'll normally never see a Marincess player go for Marbled Rock first, unless their hand is really bad or they just been kind of stopped in a way. She is a once per battle protect if you have a Marincess monster in hand, and she gets to add any Marincess card in your grave back to your hand once per turn. And then we'll go for the other Link 3 Coral Triangle. No, she's solid. She gets you the trap, but I love her graveyard effect better. So that's why we usually bring her out more. She'll banish herself, and then you can special summon water link monsters. Link rating equals 3, so that gives you an enemy, Sea Angel, or Blue Slug. Or for whatever you want to bring back Crystal Heart, or Sea Angel, or Blue Slug, it doesn't matter. So I think that's a pretty great effect because not a lot of people know it. That's automatic follow-up play if you get her to the field and she's sent to the graveyard. And then you got the 2 boss ladies. We got Argonaut and Bubble Reef. So we got our normal spell trap negate on the opponent's turn. I do not like that it's only on the opponent's turn. If it was definitely like on our turn as well, she'd be so much better. I don't know why they worded it like that, but it is what it is. And then Bubble Reef, if you have enough cards in your graveyard and it's either turn 3 or 4, you can get her all the way up to at least 7k, 70 or 76. I love that she gets you the draws each turn. Making either of these monsters unaffected always gives the opponent trouble unless they have the out to Battle Ocean. And then Argonaut's effect that you can return 1 card on the field back to hand by targeting 1 water monster you control is pretty solid. And then we'll go with the Splash Mage. Splash Mage is key because sometimes our Sea Angel, we only open up 1 name, or Sea Angel gets Ast or Imprint or Baylor. Just go into the Splash Mage, bring out whatever other name you used to link summon, and then go into the enemy, bring out the Splash Mage. There you go, you got your link 4. And our last 2 cards of the deck are Stealth Kraken and Abyss Dweller. Dweller, obviously, we need for this format because tiers are running them off. And then Stealth Kraken is my specific. I only have Stealth Kraken in the extra deck right now because of when I do use Nibiru, when I set in Nibiru. I have specifically no way to get rid of the token without summoning more monsters or getting Argonaut on. But the Stealth Kraken goes in match lock is always handy. And then, so yeah, that's the extra deck for now. Now we're going to the side deck. Move these bad boys together. I gotta get new sleeves. Alrighty. These are part of it. Alright. So the extra deck. We got Tuna Beer because the combo. We got one Sonic Crosswipe, one Cosmic Cyclone. The 3-dimensional barriers because fusions are going crazy this format. The 3 goes in match because floodgates are great. So yeah. And we got 2 Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors. I'm currently waiting on a third one. And then we got 1 White Howling. I don't even think that's 15 cards. I think I put some back in my binder. But yeah, this is my side deck for right now. Obviously, Droll is in my main deck, so that was also part of my side. But yeah, the Shadow Imprisoning Mirrors for the tiers and what is it? The Branded. The White Howling is a very underrated card. It goes well against Sky Strikers, Runic, and whatever deck is spell heavy because all you need to do is control a water monster on the field. And for that turn, all their spell cards are negated if this card resolves. And Cosmic Cyclone, sign it, the bureau for the combo decks. But yeah, that's about it. Marincess here.
All right, and then we got up next the Swordsoul deck. Swordsoul placed first place today. I was playing it, I was piloting it. It was pretty fire, I'm not gonna lie. So we're playing for our traps. The 1 Blackout, 3 Imperm. Imperm's just great. Literally just, it's fire. Like, target any monster, negate, pretty snazzy. Blackout at 1, seems like the normal. We play the 1 Call By. We don't like hand traps. 2 Desires, waiting for it to come to 3. It makes Cheng Ying big, gets your consistency going. Overall, it's just fire if you see it. It's okay if you don't. We got 3 Dark Ruler no more, because this deck can go first and second. First and second going decks are just, like, it doesn't matter if I win or lose the dice roll. If I win the dice roll, I go first, I can still play. If I lose the dice roll, it's okay, we'll just blitz going second. We play 3 Droplet. Droplet's a really good card. It sends your tennies, so you can get your tenny effects in graveyard. Clears boards. Like, Forbidden Droplet can just win you games, and it's so cheap now in comparison to what it was that if you can pick it up, you should. We got 3 Heavenly Dragon Circle. Target Moye after he uses its effect and they try to Imperm or Veiler, and you just teleport it off the field. Or if you get this and Ashina, you have full combo. Or if you get Ashina a few tennies, you get like full combo. But Heavenly Dragon Circle, really good card. It helps you play under a Mystic Mine. Your opponent activates Mystic Mine, you can just TP your shit off the field so that you can get out from underneath it. Or you can put your opponent under it if they're already activating it. Overall, just fabulous. Sacred Summit, controversial. People don't play it. I think it's great, especially for when you're trying to get that game in. If like you're turn 4, right, mid game, and you can just do this, summon Chi Zhao from your graveyard, or summon fucking big old Qixing Longyan or Chengying. It's just, why wouldn't you play it? It helps you get 3 synchros out in 1 turn for that extra abuse, like just that full combo. Like if my opponent's already like, if I already know what they're playing, it just helps to get out 3 negates, or like get out a Chi Zhao, get out a Baron, get out a Draco Berserker. It comes up a lot. Emergence starter, shouldn't have to explain it. Searches any worm, any Swordsoul. It's pretty snazzy. For monsters, we're playing 3 Ash. We're playing our for our Tenny package, we're playing 1 Chitana, 3 Adhara, 3 Vishuddha, 3 Ashina. Just normal like Tenny package in my opinion. Then 3 Ecclesia. Incredible Ecclesia is just full combo. Especially if I'm going second, just put it onto the field. They can't like negate it on field. TP it off the field. It's just good for a normal or a special summon. We got 3 Longwan, or 3 Longyuan, whatever his name is. I call him Longcock. It's great. Just get out of Synchro 10. Moye, full combo. Taya, I play 2. Some people play 1, but I play 2 just because seeing it's great. Like searching it's great. Doesn't matter. If you can get it, you should be playing it. At least at 2, in my opinion. I think the 1 is not enough. And then that's the whole main deck. Overall, I think it's pretty fair, pretty balanced, like all around. For the extra deck, we're running the 3 Monk. I was playing 2 because you normally don't need all 3, but I took out the Xiaofeng just because Xiaofeng just does not come up enough this format. There's not enough light decks running around. Eldritch is not going to be doing much this format either. So, like, it just doesn't come up enough. If it's at dark, or if I could get Yazi to use, like, Yazi as a material for it, I'd be playing it 100%. I was also thinking about playing the Crimson Blader. Crimson Blader is great. I just haven't had, like, any matchups that it's actually, like, useful in. It's good on paper. It's, like, I haven't used it in practice. We got the 1 Shaman, Reborn any Swordsoul, Smile. Psychic End Punisher just ends games. Yazi going second is just beautiful. Pop a card, and we get our full combo with Moye. Like, you can't ask for more. Baxia, also full combo. If you get a free shuffle too, and then you can swap itself out or swap another monster that you have on field out for a Moye or a Taya and Grave, and that's full combo. We play 2 of it. We play the 1 Adamantipator Ryzen Dragite. You can either play, this is the slot where you get to pick, really. You can play either the Dragite, the Omega, or the Crimson Blader, or something else if you really have some, like, secret spice, I guess. But those are the 3 that you normally go into. Omega's fire. There's a reason it's limited to 1. Crimson Blader is also fire, but only if you can shoot it off. Dragite just seems to be coming up more this format. Negate any spell or trap because you have your Moye and Grave, which is your water. It's just, why wouldn't you play it? We have the Qixing Longyan. Qixing Longyon's great against Flu Wanders. It's great against Tears. It's great against literally anything. Just a free banish a spell trap or banish a monster or both, and then you get to burn for 24 total on your opponent's turn. On extra to that, we got the Chinging. Chinging is fucking busted. There's a reason it's $10, and we can boost it up with that Pot of Desires, get it to like 5k, and just start beating. It's great against Full of Wanders because they activate Shifter. I have this on field, right? Or we put this on field. The more things get banished, the more it triggers this, and like more it boosts it up in attack. 1 Baron. Baron's just like needed. It's your Omni Negate and a free pop, and you can special summon back from the graveyard. I'm pretty sure it's level 7 or lowers. No, level 9 or lower. So you can even special summon something like Baxia back, or you could summon your Yazi back, and then Yazi pop again, pop itself. You can do literally any of your 8 or lower synchros. It's just fire. Draco Berserker, it's great. They activate a tier monster in Grave, just banish it. We get to do double attacks, extra damage, just full send it. We got 2 Chi-Xiao. Chi-Xiao is your extender like combo. Like this is like full combo. You go Moye, you already know. Chain Link 1, Chi-Xiao, Chain Link 2, Moye, draw 1, Chi-Xiao search. Just normal Swordsoul shenanigans. And then side deck, we're running 1 Token Collector, 3 Crossout, just in case somebody's still somehow siding around Token Collector. Like the thing is, like Swordsoul is like so under the books right now that nobody in their right mind is playing outs to Swordsoul. So it's like, I mean, if it comes up, it comes up. If not, we can always side in these and then use our like, and here, I'll show you the rest of it. We got 3 Dimensional Barrier. If we need to, we can always side in the Dimensional Barrier in the 3 Crossout, or if our opponent's also playing like a Fusion deck, we can side in the 3 Dimensional Barrier, the 3 Crossout, and then we can also stop their D barriers if it comes up. Just overall good. It just keeps us playing. Crossout is fire. Dimensional Barrier, as I said, and we're playing it with 3 non-fusion area because fuck tier. Nobody likes tiers. It doesn't work against Runics, like their special summon a fusion monster, but that's fine. We can always debarrier, and if I play this against a tier player, I just win the duel. Like, there's no challenge. If you play it against Despio, you win the duel. If you play it against tiers, you win the duel. Non-fusion area is broken. There's a reason it just got reprinted at Magnificent Mavens. People are like, Konami knows what they're talking about. They're telling you, like, hey, look at this card. We even gave you a new printing of it so you can find it easier. Come pick it up. It's just so good. 3 anti-spell for that runic matchup. We need it. Like, if we can set up first turn board, set up anti-spell. Anti-spell works against the striker matchup. It works against the runic matchup. It works against just about anything that comes up. Any spell-based decks, which is just like every tier 1 deck in the full format. It stops a lot of Dragon Link. Not all of it, but it stops a good portion of it. It just comes up an extraordinary amount. And then we're playing our 2 Cosmics, because Cosmic. We're playing it at 2 because we have the 1 token collector in here, so we can't have a third one. But it's a good swap out for those 2 Pot of Desires if we do not need those. It can stop Flues. It can stop Tier Elements if they try to play their Primeval. It can stop, like, just so much stuff. It comes up very, very often. I'm pretty sure throughout my whole side deck today, I sided in every single card except the 3 non-fusionary and the 1 token collector. I sided in every other card today at least once. It's broken. Like, this deck goes going first, going second. Nobody's siding for it. Nobody expects it. Swordsoul's still it's just a good deck. If you don't think so, I mean, like, best of luck when you get up the shotgun matchup against it. But, like, overall, first place, Swordsoul. Thank you guys for watching. If you guys want more deck lists, please just leave a comment, leave a like, give us a little bit of a subscribe, join the server, play in the tournaments, and you guys can get your own deck list posted on the YouTube channel. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. See you in the next one.